This is your News Source Evening Bulletin for today, Wednesday, the 19th day of May in the year 2021. I'm Gordon Mosley. Here's what we're tracking tonight. Retired Assistant Police Commissioners Clinton Conway and Ivelaw Whitaker and retired Senior Superintendent of Police George Fraser were arrested today by the police under orders of the Special Organized Crime Unit, as the unit probes allegations of fraud against a number of senior retired police officers. The allegations are related to payments made to the retired police officers by the police force for consultation services and the reviewing and revision of the standing orders of the police force. Retired Commissioner Clinton Conway, speaking to News Source from the Brigdam Police Station where he was detained, said he was surprised and shocked by the move to arrest him and the other senior officers. Mr. Conway explained that back in 2019, he was invited along with other senior retired officers to a meeting with the then Police Commissioner Leslie James at the police force's headquarters. He said other senior police officers were part of the meeting. Conway said that at the meeting, the retired officers were asked to review and revise the standing orders of the police force and make recommendations. The group was given an office in the Strategic Management Unit of the force to do their work. The retired senior officers were paid a monthly stipend for their services and were monitored by the Strategic Management Unit. The engagement came to an end in the run-up to last year's elections, as the same facility was needed for the housing of police officers during the elections.
After several sessions, Assistant Commissioner Junior, who was in charge of the strategy unit, told us that the commissioner and his executive leadership team would decided that they would pay us a stipend for the work that we were doing. They said that they pay us $3,000 an hour for the time we were doing work. There was no deadline in terms of the standard hours. We worked, and then the strategic management unit, who were monitoring our activities, they prepare accounts, send it to the police finance office, and we got payment. Can't remember the exact amount. Several times we got payment. Can't remember the exact amount. Subsequently, elections were announced, and they said that we cannot do it anymore in that building, that we put it on hold because we have to use the building for the ranks to be in line. They did not call us back since.
The former assistant commissioner said two other former assistant police commissioners, including the current chairman of the Police Service Commission, Paul Slow, were also part of the Standing Orders Review team. Mr. Conway, who is also a member of the Police Service Commission, said he believes the allegations and the investigations are meant to get back to him and the chairman of the Police Service Commission, Paul Slow, over their decision to block the promotion of some senior police officers.
They want to get at me and Paul Slow. We are members of the Police Service Commission. You know, he's a chairman. And we had denied Karen Bash, who's the head of SAPSUCO, and Brutus is in charge of administration promotion. They took us to court. One of the cases on Monday, the Karen Bash case was dismissed. Brutus case is on Monday for the Chief Justice to rule. So apparently they're hitting at me and Paul.
The former assistant police commissioner, who served the Guyana police force for 39 years without any issue, said he is shocked at the treatment now being meted out to him by the same police force.
I give 39 years of service and broken service, quality service to the police force. Myself and the other ones to give 125 years of service in the police, daily police service. And this is our reward for helping to revise the police standing order.
Mr. Conway said all of the work and recommendations completed during the review and revision of the police force's standing orders was left with the police force, and it is quality work that was done by a team of quality professionals who served the force. Conway said his attorneys are already looking into the matter, and he has received calls from around the region and North America from persons who expressed their worry about the arrests and the allegations being made against the former senior officers. The Guyana Police Force has not offered any information on the arrests and the investigations. More news coming up in just a moment.
Guyana, we've been through it all.
But as a people we have
weathered every storm
and risen to every challenge.
because it is the people of Guyana
that gives it its strength.
All the people,
regardless of race,
class, or religion.
We are one people, one strength.
And now is our time. A time to rise. Together, we rise.
Me name Radhika, right? And me just get my COVID-19 vaccine. Me turn rich and me take me COVID-19 vaccine, right? And me want to encourage everybody out there to come and take your COVID-19 vaccine because COVID-19 not discrimination, you know. Anybody can get them, no matter what race you be, no matter what color you be, even matter what gender you be, anybody can get COVID-19. So I come and I take your vaccine then because it's very important to take it. But remember that when you take your vaccine, that doesn't mean that you can just stop wear your mask and stop sanitizing. So you still got to take all the precautions. Nothing is 100% foolproof, but the vaccine is important for all you take. Here, Radhika says so.
Mobil 1 is more than oil. It's many oils. It transforms at the molecular level. When cold, it's thicker than honey. When hot, it's thinner than water. Mobil 1 adapts and readapts to last longer. 16,000 kilometers between oil changes. That's your engine evolved.
Sol Guyana is the authorized distributor of Mobil lubricants.
At Sash Financial, we create strategies for strengthening business and personal finances while helping our clients to build sustainable wealth. Our financial and business consultancy services are uniquely tailored to ensure every client receives quality packages and optimal results. Our financial services include financial reporting and analysis, financial status assessment, internal audits, bookkeeping and records management, financial planning advice, tax returns. Our business advisory services are related to business plans, business startups, operational improvement, business management, document preparation, procedures development, efficient marketing. Call or WhatsApp us today for your free consultation on telephone number 592-665-6045. Sash Financial, strengthening businesses, building wealth.
We are legions of men standing strong, but never too proud to stoop and help someone. We must send a clear signal to all. Do right, walk in upright ways, knowing that's what being a man is all about. And ever aware that things will only get worse when good men do nothing. Stand strong, be the one to live right.
Mom, what are you doing with GPL on your list?
Child, you forgot I have to pay GPL?
You got time with GPL?
I have to keep these lights on. The customers who think in that manner and refuse to honor their obligation to GPL are obviously not playing their part in ensuring quality service delivery. So, I will continue to pay my GPL bill on time, every time.
I recognize the value of your point, Mom. You were right.
Well, let's tell you now that Traffic Chief Senior Superintendent Ramesh Ashram has issued a stern warning to his ranks about randomly stopping and harassing motorists on the roadways. Appearing in the Police and You radio program on the Voice of Guyana, the traffic chief said traffic ranks are fully aware that randomly stopping motorists and checking for documents, as well as arresting them for minor traffic offences, are a breach of the Guyana Police Force's standard operating procedures.
Since my assumption as a traffic officer in August 2020, my policy is clear on that of the force. Ranks are being instructed, traffic ranks, not to stop drivers and check for documents, not to arrest persons for minor offenses, take name and address and proceed by the way of summons. If the offense warranted a ticket, issue a ticket. And if you breach these simple SOPs, the standard operation parts of the force, you will be dealt with for disobeying the lawful orders.
The traffic chief also said ranks must be held accountable for disobeying lawful orders. He said persons must not be afraid to lodge complaints against those ranks who they believe might have breached the law. The traffic chief said the force will ensure that those aggrieved persons are not victimized by the offending traffic ranks.
The force administration would not deal with those matters lightly, or as you're mentioning that the rank will have a tap on the wrist and to continue the same behavior. If you check when we re-examine the matters, and if we realize at that level, at the admin level, that the rank have to be removed from traffic, so be it, or removed from one location to the next.
And Mr. Ashram appealed to citizens not to be afraid when they get into conflict with ranks or when they believe they have been wrongfully arrested or have unjustly been issued with a ticket. He urged road users to make the matter known so that the force can deal with the matter at the highest level.
I want to assure the public, I'm appealing to the public, don't be afraid. When you have conflict with the police, or you are in doubt, or you believe that you have been wrongfully arrested or been wrongfully issued with a ticket or so on, come forward. In the regions, you could go to the traffic heads, the commander, there's an open door policy, and there's a zero tolerance. So what you find on a given days, when we post these ranks on the road, they have been briefed as to their duty and what they should have do, what they must do and not to do.
A few years ago, the top brass of the Guyana Police Force was forced to issue a list of ticketable traffic offences after scores of complaints surfaced from drivers who found themselves being arrested for minor traffic infractions. Former General Secretary and long-standing member of the People's National Congress Reform, Aubrey Norton, believes that he is equipped and ready to lead the party. During an appearance on an online talk show, Politics 101, with Professor David Hines, Mr. Norton confirmed that he will be running for the leadership of the PNC when the party calls its Congress.
I believe I have the requisite skills to give leadership. I have said to people, I believe that even while we served in government, I cannot be accused of corruption or anything of that kind. And I believe I am one among the viable candidates. The direct answer to that is, once the Congress of the People's National Congress reform is called, I intend to run for the leadership of the party, but to serve the party.
According to the veteran politician, his intention is to serve his party and supporters more, adding that for him, leadership is not about one person, but it is also about the team. He said once he emerges as party leader, his intention is to build a team that will ensure the party is returned to government.
What I can say is that the era of absolute leaders, maximum leaders, that era is clearly gone. And what we need is a new political culture in which leaders see themselves as first among equals.
And Mr. Norton said there is a popular view that there needs to be new leadership at the helm of the APNU-AFC coalition. The PNC Reform is the largest party in the coalition. Norton believes that the party needs a leader who is responsive, willing to compromise, and one who will find consensus. The chairperson of the PNC, Vola Lawrence, is also expected to contest for the top party leadership position. Several young party leaders have been on the ground talking to party supporters, but it is unclear whether those persons also intend to join the race. While the incumbent leader David Granger has not confirmed that he will be seeking another term as party leader, he recently restarted a television program that focuses on his tenure as president and party leader and his thoughts on current national issues. Many of the party's members have indicated publicly that they believe it is time for new leadership in the PNC reform. The Caribbean Examinations Council (CXC) has confirmed that the top regional performers at the 2020 CAPE and CSEC exams are both Guyanese students. The announcement comes almost a year since the examinations were written across the region and the results reviewed following complaints from hundreds of regional students. It has been confirmed that the top Guyana and Caribbean CAPE performer is Zain Ramatar from Queen's College, and the top CSEC performer across Guyana and the region is Benish Prasad, who is also from Queen's College. Ramatar attained 14 grade 1s and a grade 2 at the CAPE exams, while Prasad attained 22 grade 1s and a grade 2 at the CSEC exams. Guyana has also received additional individual awards from CXC. The top CAPE student Zain Ramatar said that he is relieved that the results have finally been confirmed.
For this academic period or academic year to finally come to an end, I've actually been out of school for almost 6 months now. So to have this being declared now, it's feeling good to finally get some closure in this whole situation.
He now intends to pursue studies at the University of Southern California and return to Guyana to contribute to the nation's development in the area of physics.
I actually was accepted to the University of Southern California in the US. That's where I'm going to go study, but of course the plan is to come back here and develop Guyana, especially in the field of physics.
Meanwhile, the top CSEC performer Benish Prasad, who has hopes of becoming an engineer, said he's now focused on completing his CAPE studies.
Well, I'm of course grateful and happy for the results. I'm ecstatic, but of course my focus is on CAPE right now. So that's in the past, move forward.
The Education Minister Priya Manik-Chan said she is pleased with the performance of the students, especially since they completed the exams in the early days of the pandemic under difficult circumstances. Guyana has recorded 4 more coronavirus-related deaths, pushing the total number of deaths to 349. 153 new cases have also been recorded. There are over 1,800 active cases in the country tonight, with 106 persons hospitalized. The Health Ministry, meanwhile, continues its push to get more persons vaccinated. Today, the Health Minister said the hours for vaccination are being extended to cater for persons after they leave work.
We are considering, and as of this weekend, we will be implementing extended hours of work here in Georgetown. So we want to go to about 8 p.m. in the night, and let's see, we'll start that as an experiment to see whether or not we'll get more people coming out. But we don't want people wait the whole day, the place is vacant the whole day, nobody is coming out, and then you wait till in the evenings and then you have a crowd. If these centers are working from 8 in the morning, we want people to start coming out from 8 in the morning. If you come early and once there isn't a crowd, it doesn't take a long time to get the vaccination. So just come, let's do this. Even if you have to take some time off, I think it's important that you take that time off and come and get your vaccines.
Guyana continues to see a steep increase in COVID-19 cases. The Pan American Health Organization is convinced that a faster spreading and deadlier strain of the virus is now in Guyana. With 2 police officers under close arrest over the shooting death of 45-year-old Peter Headley while he was in police custody, relatives of the dead man today protested at the Square of the Revolution, demanding that the officers face murder charges. The grieving relatives said based on the post-mortem report, it is clear that a murder was committed and they are not buying the police story on the deadly incident. The 2 police officers who are in custody have claimed that Headley was shot by the rank in the back seat of the car as he reached under his seat for what appeared to be a weapon. No weapon was found in the car.
Peter dropped to work, his wife and his son to school. He don't got weapon in his car. He don't got weapon in his car. He don't have a reason to carry a weapon in the first place. He don't got weapon in his car. I don't know why the two of them was in his car in the first place. Peter is not a big person. He's not a big, tall, strong person. So why the two of them gonna take control and cuff him or something?
The police force's Office of Professional Responsibility is probing the incident. The man was arrested along with a friend after the officers spotted a TV set in his car and said they believed it was stolen during a robbery. The friend was placed in a police vehicle. The man who was driving his own car was moved to the front passenger seat while two officers boarded the car. One of them took over the driving while the other sat behind heavily. They were on their way to the police station, they said, when the shooting took place. In the financial sector, in wake of several complaints by customers who have seen unauthorized charges and purchases to their debit accounts, Republic Bank has confirmed that the accounts of some of its customers have been compromised. In a notice to its customers, the bank said its monitoring systems have detected suspected fraudulent online payment card activity at some global online merchants. It was explained that in cases where the bank identifies cases of customers' cards being compromised and accounts debited, those customers are contacted to alert them and arrange cancellation and replacement of the compromised cards. The bank said it will be introducing stricter measures to minimize further attempts. Republic Bank also said it assures its customers that affected accounts with transactions proven fraudulent will be reimbursed. It said the process will be in keeping with existing standard global practices for disputed international debit card transactions. The bank is also encouraging all of its Visa One card holders to actively monitor their account activity through statements of account, Republic Online or Republic Mobile. They should also contact their nearest branch to validate any transactions suspected to be fraudulent. 2 years ago, there was a major breach of the bank's debit card system. Customers flooded the bank with complaints after noticing purchases with their cards that they did not make. Since then, Republic Bank has been making efforts to strengthen its systems against online fraudsters.
There, I'm Narissa Pearson, a broadcaster by profession and radio personality on 98.1 Hot FM of NCN. I just received my vaccine, and the process was pretty simple and easy. I will admit I was very nervous. I was very terrified to get a shot. It wasn't about the fact it's a COVID-19 vaccine, but just my fear with getting a vaccine generally since I was a child. But it was a really simple process, and I want to encourage a lot of people out there to get vaccinated. As we continue to cope and deal with COVID-19 and its impact, I firmly believe that we should all take whatever precautions, whatever access we have towards mitigating the spread of this virus, and more so its impact on our lives and our health. So I'm very, very happy to have been vaccinated, and I hope a lot of people out there come and get their vaccines as well. I look forward to getting my second dose on this page so that I can really have a proper defense system against COVID-19.
Across the region tonight in Trinidad, a grim milestone was recorded yesterday when in the 24-hour period between Monday and Tuesday, 23 persons lost their lives to COVID-19 in the Twin Island Republic. It means just under one person died every hour of the day in the country. If that's not enough cause for concern, 148 persons died from COVID-19 in the first 17 days of May in Trinidad and Tobago. The startling statistics in Trinidad make May 2021 deadlier than all of 2020 in COVID-19 cases in the country. The 148 deaths recorded so far eclipse the total death toll for 2020, which was 127. The daily reported death toll record is not one that the country didn't expect would break again, following 21 reported deaths on the 13th of May. For the fifth time for May 2021, Trinidad and Tobago reported the deadliest day for the pandemic, with a whopping 23 deaths reported yesterday. With the newly reported fatalities, the country's death toll crossed the 300 mark in 10 days. The release yesterday of a U.S. government list labeling 17 Central American politicians as corrupt prompted El Salvador's president to praise China and its Congress to ratify a 2019 cooperation agreement with the country. The Office of U.S. Representative Norma Torres, who had requested the report, released a U.S. State Department document. The report named the close aide of the president of El Salvador and his former security minister among those credibly alleged to have engaged in corrupt acts. The list also includes Honduran and Guatemalan legislators and former officials from all three nations. The report said the list is based on media reporting, credible information or allegations of corruption, drug trafficking, and using proceeds of crime to finance political campaigning. On Tuesday night, El Salvador's Congress ratified a cooperation agreement with China, which had been signed back in 2019. The agreement calls for 400 million yen, about $62 million in investment in a water purification plant, a stadium, a library, and infrastructure along El Salvador's coast. And finally tonight, international news. India's holiest river, the Ganges, has been swollen with bodies in recent days. The BBC reports that hundreds of corpses have been floating around in the river or buried in the sand of its banks. Those who live close to where they have washed up in the northern state of Uttar Pradesh fear they are COVID-19 victims. India has been overwhelmed by a devastating second wave of the pandemic in recent weeks. It has recorded more than 25 million cases and more than 275,000 deaths. But experts say the real death toll is several times higher. The bodies on the river banks, taken together with funeral pyres burning around the clock and cremation grounds running out of space, tell the story of a death toll unseen and unacknowledged in official data. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting and wishing you a safe rest of the night.